Hello guys, it's Jacqueline, JW Van Minimal. Quick apology for the lighting. I am in my car and it's dusk. There's still a little brightness in the sky, but it's getting dark, and I thought if I park under a street lamp, which I did, that would help, and it didn't help. I do have the lights on in my car. This will not be a long video because I just wanted to do a quick update. I am actually in front of my daughter's house because she went out to dinner with the mate, and I was actually, which I don't get to do often, I was taking care of my 5-year-old grandson, hanging out with him. He's a hoot and a very interesting character. I really been telling her to just get him on YouTube because that kid says stuff is like, really? Did that come out of your 5-year-old mouth? So let me let my windows down. It's a little stuffy in the car. And it is approximately 65 degrees. It's supposed to be summer. You guys know I always talk about the weather. It should be warmer. I prefer hot, nice, warm weather. And I'm still waiting for it. So I wanted to just jump on real quickly, give you a quick update with what's happening. I am moving, unfortunately, at a snail's pace on getting some of my projects done. Not all of them, but I'm doing some more foundational internal stuff. Basically, I mentioned before, I'm working on my budget, so I am being very careful with my funds because now I realize that I need to be very strategic about my money and my budgeting and my savings. So when the time comes, like if I do or don't sell this vehicle, something's got to happen with it. But if I do or don't sell it, I am going to just have to have my own cash to purchase a vehicle. My goal is to have my own about $3,000 to purchase a vehicle. Does not include any upgrades that I might do to it. I just want I know I want something that I can stand in. That I have to have. And the exterior doesn't have to be like all of that in a bag of, you know what, it really just have to have a good solid motor. I do have people that would help me do whatever it is I need done. So I have to save, and I'm going to be aggressive with my savings to get to $3,000 within a couple months period, which means I have to be very strict. And make sure I get some contracts because that is what's going to finance the savings. I'm an entrepreneur, so, those of you who are true entrepreneurs, I can't say I do have a business, but it's not at a point where it's stable, nor am I getting residual income from it, all of those things. So I pay for my performance. So I trade my dollars for hours, and that's how my entrepreneurial work is going right now. So I'm a consultant, and I also do real estate. Real estate is going slow for me because I had not put the energy into my real estate company the way my real estate, I'm with a brokerage, but I didn't put the energy into it that I'm supposed to, and that's why it's not growing. I did leave my traditional job, and it was a very part-time sales job, and I liked it okay, but it really wasn't my passion. So for me, it messed up my spirit. So I had to get back to things that I am passionate about and that I know that I could make a whole bunch more money if I put in the effort with my company or with the businesses or the consulting I do. So I left that because it was draining me and taking a lot of my time and energy, and I needed to focus. As soon as I left the job and put my focus into a couple of things, I now have an offer on the house that I was selling, and the next thing I need to do is get some more clients, basically. So that's what I'm working on. I have a couple of contracts. So with that being noted, I'm not bringing in a ton of money, so I have to be very strict. All of my, I'm doing bare bones housing, food, transportation, energy, stuff like that. I do not have insurance. I don't have health insurance or anything. So those are some things that I have to work towards, and that's what I'm working up for. And I have a budget very strategically done, that I can, if I get the contracts that I need, and it's not like a real big contracts. It's like, they're not big contracts, but because I'm not a big spender, I don't spend money on things. I do the basics, that kind of stuff. I do have a couple of things I waste money on. I'm not perfect. So I'm working on that. But once I get some contracts, the goal is to make this amount of money for the next 3 months, save $1,000 a month, and it's doable. And then be able to buy the vehicle and be ready to rock and roll out of here by the time it gets winter again, because that has always been my problem staying in this part of the country. Now, what's going to happen is I do have a long-term 18-month contract with a group, and I need to be present every month for the most part. So I'm working on, figuring that out. So I can't go far. I mean, if I do, anyway, I'll figure it out. The whole goal is that I am working on my budget. I have to save $3,000 per month. So at the 3rd month mark, I am able to purchase a vehicle. I'm going to be looking for a vehicle now, because I have to put the energy and intention out for that. I have to sell this vehicle. I have to put the energy and intention for that. And I have to strategize on where I'm going to go and how I'm going to be able to do this lifestyle. I know for myself, because of my chronic insomnia, like the last couple of, about a week, I've had really bad episodes of insomnia. So I have to deal with that. And maybe if I did move into a van or something, maybe I'll sleep better. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've had it all my life, and I'm trying to figure it out. But it really affects you physically when you don't get enough sleep. So I'm working on that. And I think for me, because I'm not, my energy isn't congruent with what it is I'm supposed to be doing. You know how I talk about those things. I feel like it affects my sleep. So I have to exhaust myself before I could get a night's sleep. And then I'm only sleeping 2 or 3 hours at a time. So anyway, I want to make sure I get an update to you guys. I am working on my schedule. I'm working on my budget. I'm working on my savings. And all of that will culminate in me posting stuff related to those things. And then and then I will get a vehicle and get on the road. And even that planning has to happen, because I'm more of a analytical thinker, and I have to plan everything. I think I mentioned that. If you guys haven't seen those videos, I have to plan stuff before I feel comfortable, and plan it not just in my head, which I've been doing recently, but planning it on paper, which I have now started doing. So that's pretty much it. I want to bring you an update. Let's see, one of the really cool things I was planning to do was film. One of my friends opened up a boutique. I was going to film her. What does that got to do with anything, Jacqueline? What does that got to do with minimalism? What does that got to do with sustainability? So for sustainability, it's good to support local businesses, and I totally believe that, and I've been working in my community for a long time to make that happen. So that's what that had to do with. And she already had the grand opening, which I wasn't able to go to because I was working. So I'm going to get back with her. The other thing that was on the docket was to look at this water thing. So we're near Lake Michigan, and there's always these water wars that go on. And I do want to talk to our local water sewage district to see if they, don't mind me videotaping a couple of conversations with them about water conservation and all of that. So we'll see what happens there, but that's on the docket. And a couple of things around eating and, meal prep and stuff. So we'll see. Those things will happen, but I just been slow moving. I've been waiting for the weather to change. All of those are excuses. I am just planning at the moment. So stick with me. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you subscribing to this channel. Pass the word. I promise you that we will do some really awesome things together. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for your viewership, your comments, and your subscription. So thank you. This is Jacqueline, JW Van Minimal. And I will see you on the other side.